Hello, everybody. My name is Ali Ispahani. I'm the founding partner and the current CEO of the Stay Hotels. Before we get into our topic of the day, which is personalization in hotel marketing, I would like to tell you a little about ourselves. We are a relatively new hotel group. We started our operations on September 1st, 2017. So we're just over 3 years old. We have operations in Istanbul and in Alaçatı, which is a resort town in Izmir. We're focused on the Turkish market for the time being, with 4 properties, 3 in Istanbul, 1 in Alaçatı. As you can imagine, running 4 properties comes with its benefits and its challenges. Each one of these properties caters to a different demographic, different type of guest, and therefore we have to customize and tweak our marketing strategies in line with the target audience of these 4 different properties. And therefore, we've been working as a single brand with 4 different identities in 4 different locations, and have been trying to capture the attention of our potential guests, as well as recapturing the attention of our existing historic guests throughout these 3 years using different marketing strategies. Maybe I can also give you a little more information, including some visuals of our hotels. If I can, bear with me for a second so I can share my screen with you. As I said before, we are a relatively new hotel group, and what we're trying to achieve is trying to give our guests an experience that they will never forget. We try to create spaces, hotels, properties that have a spirit, a soul. We try to create memories for our guests, as opposed to just being a place that they stay and sleep in. We try to be a crucial part of their destination and planning, and want to make sure that everybody who comes through the Stay's doors leaves happy, leaves with all their expectations met, not only from the hotel itself, but also from their overall vacation. We started our properties in Çeşme, as I mentioned before, in Alaçatı, in 2017, and then later opened our properties in Istanbul. And while we were expanding our network and deciding on how to position ourselves, our brand, we decided that it would help us immensely if we were to define our DNA, define who we are, so that we stay true to that mantra, and we stay true to our own corporate identity. So we came up with a few keywords that we believe define who we are. We are definitely very close to the art world, sports world, and also we are very, very ecological. We are very sensitive about our impact on nature. We always keep this on the top of our heads when we're making decisions about construction, about maintenance, about operations. We are always recycling. We are always using existing materials, as opposed to leaving any sort of carbon footprint. And as I said before, we are also very close to the art scene in Turkey and around the globe. We try to host art shows. We try to bring art to our guests in different forms, be it original paintings in the guest rooms to theater weekends in our hotels where we have live performances. We host different musicians in our hotels for live performances. We host galleries who bring very interesting artwork, be it sculptures or paintings or other mediums of art, and we promote art in all of our hotels. We try to be a little sexy, and I don't want to take this to a very extreme level, but we try to increase the heartbeat of our guests. We want to make them smile a bit. We don't want to be too stuffy. We don't want to be too boring. We always want to make sure that we're keeping our guests on the tip of their toes. We're a little weird. We do things in a new way, not in the traditional way. Everything we do is geared towards the comfort and best interest of our guests, but we do them in such a slightly different way that our guests realize that we do care for them, but also we want to surprise them. So that being said, within our with our DNA in mind, as I said, we opened 4 different locations over the past 2 years. The first one was our Uzakrota resort. It's mostly a summer resort with a very large indoor area that we utilize in winters as well. It has a beautiful garden, heated pool. We also have speakers underwater, for example, which is one of the things that make us a little different, if you will. It used to be this building used to be a distribution warehouse, so it is quite centrally located. It is within walking distance to all the hotspots that you would like to visit in Alaçatı, but it's also surrounded by our garden, so it's nice and quiet if you want to have a quiet evening. The way we position ourselves in our marketing strategies is we always want to underline our gardens, our outdoor areas, which are essential for nice summer tourism. We also want to make people realize that this is a place to come and enjoy yourself and have fun. We have a private beach where people can enjoy the sea. We have a nice pool where people can dip into, and we have a nice F&B operation where people really enjoy themselves while they're staying with our property. We have an extensive library, as I said, a nice indoor area, and very interesting evenings with exciting concerts, barbecues, live musical performances, theaters, as I mentioned before, celebrities that show up at our hotel unannounced. Um, so this is a year-round open hotel in a summer resort that has art engraved into its soul. Another location is our Nişantaşı property, which is in the middle of the city. It's in the fashion and entertainment district. It has 44 really beautifully decorated rooms. But once again, here, what we are trying to promote the most is where the hotel is and what people can expect when they are visiting us, and their proximity to the fashion scene, to the shopping areas, as well as the arts galleries and nice bars, restaurants, cafes is what we're trying to always promote, the neighborhood effect in essence. And in our communications, we always try to underline these aspects of our hotel. I'm going through this quite quickly in the interest of time, but you can always visit our Instagram page to get more of an idea of how we are promoting this location. Once again, all the shops in the neighborhood that are walking distance to our hotel, the view, the architecture of the building. Now, on another property that we have is the Stay Bosphorus, which is on the Bosphorus, right on the water. It's a historic landmark building, architecturally very significant in Istanbul's history. All the rooms have amazing views. Our restaurant has an amazing view of the Bosphorus, the Ortaköy Mosque, and the Bosphorus Bridge in the background. And here, what we're trying to communicate to our guests and potential guests is the location, the view, and the historical building that houses our hotel. Um, Once again, I'm going through these rather quickly in the interest of time. The latest addition to our network is the Bebek Hotel in Bebek, which is a very residential, high-end district of Istanbul. Once again, the hotel is right on the water, and we have amazing views from the rooms that we always underline in our marketing materials. But this also is a high-end entertainment and F&B location. So our restaurants, our bars are quite important to us as well, and it is one of our value propositions to our guests as a hotel. And our art collection, which we built over the years, we have a permanent art collection and a temporary art exhibit in this hotel. So once again, we're trying to communicate our love of art when we're talking about this hotel. We have different bars and restaurants within the same building, and we communicate that as well as the lifestyle that we are promoting in this property. So this is some of the examples of our marketing material that we use when promoting this location. So, in a nutshell, I'm giving you the very basic background information of our hotels, and sure you realize that these hotels have very different target audiences. Two of our hotels, Nişantaşı and Ortaköy, cater mostly to foreign tourists, and Nişantaşı in itself cater to tourists that are more interested in shopping and entertainment, whereas our Ortaköy property caters to tourists that are here for cultural tourism. They come to Istanbul to visit the sites, to see the old town, go and visit museums and learn about the history of the city. So obviously capturing the attention of these people requires different techniques. And our Bebek Hotel caters 50% to local tourists, 50% to foreigners, and those foreigners who come to Istanbul mostly for the entertainment value of the city. So we try to attract those people using different techniques. And our Alaçatı property caters almost 90% to local tourists who are in search for a new vacation spot, and we take our guests or try to capture our guests' attention in a different method there. So how do we personalize our marketing efforts for different properties? Obviously, personalization or connection requires two fundamentals. One, you need the data and the strategy to use the data with. Our guests who have stayed with voluntarily leave their data with us, their information, their contact information, their preferences, what they consumed while they were with us, what they asked for from the concierge, all built into a CRM system that allows us to truly understand what each one of our guests are visiting Istanbul or Turkey for, and what they are seeking in their experience while they're staying with us. And we collect that data. We also utilize data on the internet that potential guests, users of the internet leave behind knowingly, which is the information that they use to define themselves on social media, such as Instagram, how they define themselves, or the data that they leave on internet unknowingly, such as their browsing history, the sites that they've been to, the cookies that they left in those sites as they're browsing the internet. So Combination of these three datas, the information that they leave with us while they're staying with us, the information that they voluntarily leave on the internet when they define themselves, and the information that they unwillingly leave on the internet, such as their browsing history, allow us to identify the people that we want to reach for each specific location. Now, data in itself also is not useful. We need to have a clear strategy in how we're going to use the data. So let me give you an example from the gaming industry, online gaming industry. Maybe you have come across commercials or advertising for games while you were using your mobile phone. Each new game has more than 1,000, in some cases 2,000 or even 3,000 different versions of the commercials or advertising that you see while you're using your phone. Depending on who you are, depending on what you have expressed as your preferences, different commercial bit for that game comes on your phone. If you like the color red, the hero on that game's advertising video wears red. Depending on your preferences for cars or for tourism, for entertainment, there are thousands of different advertisements for a single game that are matched to your profile. Now, in the hotel business, we are trying to do this not with thousands of different commercial videos or advertising videos, but with different photos that we post of ourselves, targeted at different demographics that we want to pull to our hotels. If we are promoting our Nişantaşı property, we use pictures of the neighborhood with stores, with nice bars, restaurants, cafes, with art galleries, and also our guests' experience within the hotel after they have experienced the neighborhood, with lots of shopping bags in the guest room, or with people reading interesting fashion books in our library at the Nişantaşı property. When we're trying to promote the beauty of our Ortaköy property, we post pictures from the bed of the view that is outside. We put views that our guests can enjoy from our restaurants with the mosque and the bridge in the background, which is like a classical traditional view of the Bosphorus in Istanbul. When we're promoting our Bebek property, we use pictures and short videos of people enjoying themselves at our bars, at our hotel rooms when they are intimate with each other, and we try to express what each one of these locations really mean in terms of value proposition to our guests. We also see examples of this from other hotel chains, local ones or global ones, depending on which website you are visiting, maybe a newspaper that you're visiting or your favorite shopping website. We have rebranding on the site that is linked to your personal information, and hotel groups, in line with their marketing campaigns, choose to appear on the screen of potential guests in line with their browsing preferences. If you are browsing musicals, which musical to go to or which musicals to buy tickets to in London, hotel groups in London try to be on the side of your browser so that they can lure you to their property. If you're looking for sports games held in Berlin, hotel groups that are close to venues where these sports events are held try to capture your attention while you are still doing your browsing. And the same thing applies to our marketing strategy. We try to be in front of the eyes of our potential guests when they are making their searches, when they are trying to decide which city to go to, what event to attend, and if we believe the lifestyle choices that these guests are making are in line with our value proposition, we try to be in front of their eyes as well when they are expressing their lifestyle preferences. So, as I said, personalization and customization in marketing is a mix of data and the strategy with which you will process that data, and uh, data of existing guests and potential guests are very abundant thanks to the internet and thanks to technology. You are able to understand your potential guests much more accurately due to new technologies and the data that they leave behind while they're using technology, while they're consuming the internet. And the strategy, well, that is something you have to build internally. Who you want to attract, when you want to attract them, and with what you want to attract them. Do you want to attract them with your brand? Do you want to attract them with your location? Do you want to attract them with a particular promotion that you are pushing at the time, be it a weekend package or a special price promotion or just a brand promotion? You combine your strategy with the data that you are collecting, and you try to maximize the effect of your marketing spend through this strategy. Um, I think broad marketing of your properties, broad marketing of your branding without any regard to who you are targeting is a fad of the past. For hotel groups or for any business to be more successful and to be more effectively spending their marketing budget, they need to understand who they want to reach, and they need to understand how they will reach those people. And this is the essence of personalization and customization in marketing, and in our case, in hotel marketing. So, with that, I would like to leave the stage to any questions that our viewers might have. Happy to answer any questions or comments you may have. Okay, so I understand our viewers prefer to keep their questions to themselves. Um, as I said, due to technological improvements and developments, it is much easier to collect and target data on in your marketing efforts. And I think those institutions who are quicker to adapt to new technology and usage of new IT solutions will be able to rationalize their marketing spend more, act more correctly, and target the people that fit the best criteria in terms of being their potential guests, or recapturing the attention of people who stayed with them and hopefully had a good experience in the first place. That is what we are trying to do. We shy away from broad, unpersonalized, uncustomized, general marketing techniques, And whatever we do, we try to make sure that the person who sees our ad is relevant and sees the ad at the relevant moment, in the moment of truth, as we call it. And hopefully, once the horrible pandemic that we're going through is over and people's travel behaviors are back to normal, we will be able to maximize the benefits of our marketing spend through this customization and personalization efforts that we've been conducting in our marketing department. I would like to thank everybody for their time and attention, and wish you the best and health in your days.